for this game, but we'll go and show you guys the real action live in-game.
All right, let's start. Okay, very interesting already here. And the beautiful thing about the new emblem and talent system is the flexibility of how these things are going to go. Face value here, we already see that Subway on the Roger actually opt for the Assassin emblem.
He's going for the killing spree as his core talent. He likes that extra bit of movement speed once he finishes off his opponents. I'm very curious about the tier 1s and especially the tier 2 emblems though, just to give us a rough idea of what exactly they're trying to achieve in this game. If they're not going for Season Hunter, they're absolutely trolling his junglers.
All right, and we can even talk about the gold laners, right? Because you'd expect, for example, oh, we do see a pause here being... It's good, we can talk about this, right?
But until then, this is what we're working with.
All right, let's jump back into the game here. Let's see how all of this is actually going to pan out. I'm super excited, and we can already see a very, very aggressive laning here coming in from Fursic, trying to disrupt the farming pattern of Subway, who's very, very difficult to take down at this point.
It's gonna be a bit of a struggle, let's just say that, right? Because now technically they're both playing, I mean, it's a hybrid assassin marksman in this case when you're playing the Roger. So at the end of the day, it's how you play it out, right? His range form is always good. He's going on in, gets the howl off. Nobody is low enough to really get the benefits just yet, and Fursic's just patiently waiting.
And so far, right, we saw that Rex, Regu, and Kaon opted for a lot more movement speed in their build. But in terms of rotations, it doesn't seem like there's much of a difference from SMG here in the early stage of the game. Sure, we see that Fursic was trying to go in for an invade to the orange buff of Subway, but even that really didn't give him an edge at all. Both of them still sitting at level 4.
Now, Stormy decided to go for Impure Rage rather than going for Lethal Ignition. I think, you know, that is notable because it kind of tells you what he wants to do in lane. For now, it's going to be the Turtle Dance, the very first one in this new patch. Let's see how it's going to go because, again, it's going to be Ling who needs that purple buff.
For sure. Seems like they're not going to be able to set up as quick, though, so already very interesting in both of the way that the teams are setting up. It does seem like most of them are already level 4, so Chipui, he has a lot to deal with right now, but Miko...
It's going to be a really good attempt coming in from Smooth. It's going to be the bravest fighter that's able to secure the kill with the Raging Slash, and now the RWN comes out 50-50, goes over to RRQ backline, is now in some trouble as we see Fredrin, as much as he wants to tank, is able to bring Subway with him, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Team SMG, though, is going to be walking away with a little bit more.
Oh, Fursic might be back here. I don't really understand how the Assassin meta is shifting back because, of course, with the change of emblems and the talents, I think something like the Ling would have a little bit more to play with, right? They don't have to go for the Demon Slayer emblem per se. They can go for more damage, especially with the core emblems. So you can actually see that being reflected, the damage output that Fursic had in that neutral objective fight. You can see him actually getting a little bit more advantage in comparison to Subway there.
And that's what you want to see from your assassins, right? You want to win those 50-50s, get ahead, and then continue the oppression. Miko, good kick onto Sipui, making sure that Stormy is still available and alive as they rotate down to the bottom side of the map. RRQ just quickly mirroring them, making sure that no plays are going to be made. Subway's got to be careful and no Divine Judgment just yet.
Right now, Rex, Regum, K on RRQ already sitting with a small lead, 300 gold so far. Nothing too fancy just yet in the first 4 minutes of the game. But look at these EXP laners, right? They're very active on the map. Banana doesn't seem to, I would say, centralized or focused on his own lane. He is trying to put some pressure, it appears, onto Subway. And it's interesting with the way things are panning out. One of the main questions that I have for Team SMG is Brody's build, but wait a minute, he might be attacked.
No opportunity, waiting until the last second till the Divine Judgment connects. Good dive coming in from RRQ, and Sasa, again, he is just very seasoned. He knows he's going to die, not going to use the flicker, as RRQ now begin to move into the enemy territory. Almost got the steal on the next camp, but here comes Smooth in the mid lane, clearing it out real fast. Clay forcing to use the IMU's Way of the Dragon version to kick Smooth away. Really doesn't make too much of a difference for this upcoming turtle fight, just no ult available.
Oh, finally we get to see the new item being utilized there by Sin. What is it called again? Something Scythe. It's a mixture of Calamity.
Yes, it is a mixture of Calamity, and we'll see how good it is in this upcoming fight, right? Because that means he does want to have some form of damage. Banana gonna get on top of Miko for now, and Smooth looking for some angles. He goes in with the Bravest Fighter once again, stays outside of the RWM. It's gonna be First Six who secures that turtle, but now in the backline, they've noticed that their flanker, Roger Subway, is already down. Clay is able to steal the ult to jump back out. RRQ get the turtle, don't even trade back a single kill.
And that's a 2,000 gold lead for RRQ already, snowballing from the early game. And this is it, right? This is what we wanted to see, the new item coming through. And it's very interesting, right? Because now you can see there is going to be a change into Brody's itemization build as well, right? Early Sea Halberd wanting to respect, of course, the sustainability coming in from the Esmeralda. And I don't know how it's going to work out, right? Because usually we see, I would say, Brody going to a Malefic Roar with the changes on the Malefic Roar that makes it a little bit more late game. How is he going to be able to deal that damage? And I guess the way that he's going about it is, of course, the Sea Halberd, who also gives that penetration.
More importantly, it gives the HP reduction, and I think that's a really important point. But here comes the play. First Six trying to bait things out. Is Sepoy looking for any angle? Tempest Blade, this looks great, but the RWN slows down the rest of the team as Smooth gets pulled on backwards. Clay has secured this fight. 2 already down, and Miko, the last to stand. Smooth tries his best with the Raging Slash, but against 3 people, he's kind of outmatched in coming in. Falling Star Moon might find 2, finds 1. Looking for a second as he chases Smooth down. This should be a kill, no problem. A double for Sin, a level up, more gold. Sasa comes to try and look for some kind of retribution with Clay, making sure that that is impossible. Even with the torn apart memories, Banana hardly feels it.
That was essentially a wiped out, right? Because of the timers, it didn't appear so, but that was 5 members taken down just like that. Zin is going to be the brunt of all that damage coming in from Subway and Stormy, but he still comes out alive. So now, RRQ, they are sitting at a 5,000 gold lead. What we thought was a bad lane for Esmeralda against that Brody, because of how things have transpired. He's 3-0-0, Gideon.
Yep, he's up in gold against Sasa, right? Sasa, his laning is extremely standard. If he's not aggressive with it, that means that Sin can get away with so much more. And after the successful dive on the bottom side, Sin just continues to get ahead with River Crabs.
0-0. 0-0 compared to 3-0-0. He's not having a good lane there. You can see that Team SMG, they don't want to commit onto the neutral objective. Instead, they want to go for a fight in the bottom lane.
Yep, and they commit absolutely everything just to shut down Sin. Big shutdown going over to Stormy's side. That should be a tier 1 bottom as they trade Turtle on the top side of the map.
Unfortunately, it wasn't for Sasa, right? Because I think Sasa is the one who dearly needs that gold, seeing as that he is actually quite a few levels behind. I'm assuming as well into gold. He needs those items as soon as possible, seeing he is on the Brody. Still a 4,000 gold lead. RRQ really pushing up the pace in terms of these objectives as well. You can see Fursek being an absolute madman, and it's giving me reminiscent to his glory days, honestly.
And glory days, I mean, I feel like his career is just starting once again. New team, new place, and let's see how many retributions he's going to be secure over his lifetime in RRQ. Miko holding on, waiting for an opportunity, making sure that the jungle doesn't get invaded as hard as it did in the earlier stages. But this could be the setup, right? RRQ, they're aware that they're on the top side of the map. First Six, he's able to get his Wind Talker, but nothing much is coming out of this. RWM to try and respond to Stormy's side. Good initial hit from Sepoy, as now we see the backline getting attacked by First Six. He does a great job timing his Bladed Tempest to secure 2 for nothing.
Can we take a sneak peek into the items real quick, right? Because that was insane damage coming in from Fursek, right? He was able to just dive into the backline, take Subway down. Sasa was also a casualty from that, and that's really pushing him forward. He's the number 1 issue right now when it comes down to these team fights. And all right, Corrosion, Berserker Fury, as well as Wind Talker for lane. Very interesting.
It is. Again, it's all about auto-attacking people to slow them down and then punishing their opponent. This is a build you would expect when you are ahead, and he is 3,000 breaking into the 4,000 mark against Subway specifically. So it's an uphill battle for someone like Roger. Being behind does not feel good.
I also really have a question. Whoa, what's going on in the bottom lane?
I mean, they're trying to find that kill, but Smooth says no. Flickers forward on towards First Six's side. He's able to get out of there, and he's looking for the re-engage, but it's just not worth it. Not just yet, but Banana isn't able to get much. Zing gets a little bit more aggressive with the Starlium Scythe. He's dealing a good amount of damage as the RWM comes out too. Finally, the suppression on towards Smooth with the Divine Judgment. That's going to be a 1-0 in favor of RRQ.
Very aggressive by RRQ, and they're playing with everything they have in their arsenal, right? Falling Star Moon to be able to do that sandwich play. It does seem like it's catching Team SMG off guard, and with the way that Zin has been able to snowball, right? You could say that he snowballed 3-1-1 already. He already even has the Holy Crystal, so more magic power in his kit. And the fact that he basically counters almost everyone from the side of Team SMG, right? If Stormy opens up the real world manipulation, it's a little bit GG. It helps the sustainability coming in from the Esmeralda to be able to set up for these team fights a lot better. And there you go. It's going to be a Lord, uncontested, easy, free for RRQ here in the 10th minute of the game.
I feel like it's already GG at this point, right? Unless, I mean, Team SMG, they're known to play for the later stages of the game, and that's when you can start seeing that high ground defense. But that was when they were fielding an IGL like Valence, who kind of keeps everybody in check. RRQ, they're walking around uncontested. They haven't lost a team fight since the 3rd minute of the game.
They've only lost 3 people in the span of, what, 10, 11 minutes. And those 3 people are Zin, Chipu, which is like whatever, right? And Banana once.
Hey, don't degrade roamers' lives, okay? Roamer lives matter.
Roamer lives matter. But honestly, the way that Renbo died, okay, Chipu died in the way that he did was kind of just a premature setup, right, from him. Like, he kind of went a little bit too greedy in the front line, and then he got taken down. He got real committed, but that actually elevated Rex Regum Kaon because of the resources that were already spent onto Chipui. And now, with the Lord already marching down the top side, Miko!
Yep, he tries to make the play, gets a really good kick, but First Six is able to get out of it just in time, but Sasa says no running away, as Smooth is able to hold out 4 people. They lose the inhibitor, but he flickers away just in time to not give back the kill. The defense is looking semi-decent, but they've set it up perfectly for the side of RRQ. They know bottom side is where the next Lord will spawn, so they get a free long pushing lane.
I honestly say that was worth it for Team SMG, right? They did good with what they could have gotten, right? Because earlier on, RQ was sitting at a 10,000 gold lead. It shrunk to 7,000, nearly 8,000. They take first Sick down. That's good as shutdown. Plus, okay, they lost an inhibitor turret. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. I think micro-wise, definitely could have been worse for RRQ, but still, if I'm in RRQ's position, this feels really good right now. The next fight is going to occur. We see that Sin is in the middle. All 3 so far as the backline gets attacked. He secures the kill on towards Sasa, which is more than he could ask for as Banana's following up. In the meantime, Miko ends up dying in the back, and now the rest of RRQ are looking to collapse. First Sick first, he wants that kill. Play the Tempest to secure his subway. Gets right on top of the next target, Stormy. Lands a little bit low. Looks like they should be able to secure the kill on towards Smooth side. And now, with the top side open, that's going to be GG. Well played with a full wipeout coming in from RRQ.
What was that?
A clean game.
What? Oh my god. I
mop
don't
up.
think anyone expected a performance like that by RRQ. So many hate on this new roster. So